Hey, William here again, and in this video we're going to talk about building profitable ad campaigns. And this is actually a very important video because here inside Traffic Mavericks, we are very focused on, guess what? Traffic generation. So obviously that's our main topic here and the thing that we really want to cover with this program. However, even though traffic generation and being able to generate quality traffic at affordable rates is a fundamental pillar for any online business, affiliate marketing, e-commerce, print on demand, like people selling their own products and coaching programs. Everyone who's trying to build an online business needs traffic. However, that's the first pillar, but not the only pillar. The other pillar is conversions, and it's basically how you monetize that traffic. So if you're not able to make money with your traffic, it doesn't matter like how much you're paying for your traffic, or even if it's free traffic, you're not going to be able to build a successful business. So it's always traffic plus conversions equals to a successful online business. And even though our main focus with this program is the traffic pillar, I think that it's important that I at least cover some of the other parts that are more conversion related. Because ultimately my goal here is to help you succeed, to help you make your online business more successful and profitable. And I can help you do that by showing you some traffic strategies, but I need to also ensure that you have what it takes to generate conversions with that traffic. And it's not this lesson here is not the only one you're going to find that's about generating conversions and how you actually build and structure your campaigns to make them profitable. You're going to find more trainings on finding offers and other things that will help you with the conversion aspect as well. But yes, so I just want to give you some context because this is likely one of the first lessons you're seeing if you're following the program in the right order that you're seeing about building campaigns and generating conversions. All right. So with that being said, let me switch to my whiteboard here, and I'll do my very best to share some cool things with you. So yeah, so when we talk about building a profitable campaign, so as I said, we have the traffic pillar, which is very important. And here, when we're talking about traffic, there are three elements that are very important. The first one is quality. So obviously, not all traffic sources are the same, and the traffic quality may vary from one platform to another. It may also vary depending on what you're promoting, like what is quality traffic for someone trying to build an email list in a very popular niche may be very different than what is quality traffic for someone trying to sell a high ticket coaching program in a high awareness niche. So those are very different things, but there is this quality element, and also inside the same platform, there are different ways you can generate traffic to get more quality traffic. And for example, with all platforms, this is very common with the mainstream ad platforms, but I can tell you right out of the gate that it's usually the same, not always, but in many cases with low profile traffic sources, that the more you spend on the platform, the better the quality of your traffic. So the platform tends to deliver even better traffic to those spending more money with them. So we all know that Google and Meta do this kind of thing. But the same can happen with many low-profile traffic sources. So there are many elements that affect this quality aspect. However, I'm not going to dive deep into this because this is specific to each platform. So this is something that you will see being covered for each platform inside the respective modules. But that's the first aspect. The second aspect is price. So something can be very good or very bad depending on how much you're paying for it. So talking about like campaign numbers. So let's say, for example, that you're paying 10 cents per click and getting like a 0.1% conversion rate. And then you run another campaign that costs you 20 cents per click, but you get a 1% conversion rate. So you're paying 2 times more for your traffic, but you're getting 10 times more conversions. So we can say that the second campaign is generating cheaper traffic for you, because you should never, when creating online campaigns and marketing campaigns on the internet, look at metrics individually. Always keep in mind that campaigns are ecosystems. Okay, so I'm gonna even write down this word here, ecosystems. And it means that all elements and metrics must work together. They cannot function separately. So the cost for your traffic, it can be high or low depending on the return it's producing for you. And your conversion rate can be high or low depending on how much your traffic is costing you. So you should always have a bird view of your campaigns and see all the metrics together and how they interact together. And the third element for your traffic is volume. Because it's useless to have high quality traffic being delivered to you at very affordable rates, producing a super high return on your ad spend, but you're getting only 10 clicks per day. And you cannot get more of that traffic because if you do that, then numbers change and quality gets lower, so or it's just not available to you. So that isn't really great. So you need to have volume to scale your campaigns, to make real money with them. So this is about the traffic pillar. However, as I said in the beginning of this video, this one is also and especially about the conversion aspect. So generating conversions, that's your second pillar. And it's so important because here is how you will determine whether you can use a certain traffic source or not. So you're going to learn about different traffic sources inside Traffic Mavericks, but you need to be able to convert the traffic from a certain platform to be able to use it. And how you're going to do this? Well, there are a few elements you need to understand, and I even have some notes here so that I don't forget anything important. So the first thing you need to have, the first element here, is an avatar. So you need to know exactly who you're targeting. You need to know exactly the problem that your avatar has, the desire they have, the solution that you can offer to them. All of this, I'm putting this under this avatar thing. And yeah, so you need to understand all of these elements. So who your avatar is, so I'm targeting people of this age, who live in this place, who have this education level, and most of them, they're married or they're divorced or whatever. You need to understand that. Then what is the problem they have? Well, so that's the problem here is the emotional thing. Let me put it in here like emotional. So for example, oh, they want to lose weight. No, they don't want to lose weight. Why do they want to lose weight? So if perhaps you're targeting women who have lost their self-confidence, their self-esteem, and they know that their husband or boyfriend or companion is no longer feeling attracted to her, and she's feeling down and feeling like that she's less of a woman than she used to be. All right, so that's the problem you want to solve. You want to help her feel confident again by achieving rapid and effective weight loss, for example. So that's the problem you want to have. So what is the desire in this case? It's also emotional. So in this case, the desire would be to feel confident, to feel pretty and attractive again. And what is the solution? So the solution, it depends a lot on your offer, but you have to understand what is the mechanism proposed by your offer. So the solution is to use the 3-step diet that celebrities are using to burn fat fast. So this is the perfect solution that works for women between 20 and 50, for example, something like that. So once you have the who, the problem, desire, and solution, and you know what you're trying to do there, then the next step is to think about your process that you're going to have with this avatar, because your goal is obviously to get this avatar who is a specific person with a specific problem, a specific desire, and who might be a good fit for the specific solution you can provide to their problem. So you need to show them all of this, because this is what you know. You know who they are, the problem they have, the desire they have, and the solution they have, but they don't know exactly, they don't have those things very clear in their mind. Like the person struggling with a problem, they feel it, but they don't understand this in the same way that you do. So you have to elevate their awareness level. So you're going to have to use a process for doing that. And there are many different processes, but the most famous, popular, and arguably, at least in my opinion, one of the most effective ones is just the ADA process. It's attention, interest, desire, and action. So first thing you have to do is to grab people's attention. So you have to hook them. You have to hook them. So how you're going to hook them? You're going to show them something curious, something interesting, something that they will stop like doing whatever they're doing, and they are going to see what you're promoting to them. So if they're listening to a podcast and they listen to your audio ad, they're going to stop and say, hey, I need to know more about this. What's the URL? I want to write this down and I want to go check this out now. I'm going to pause this video, or I'm going to at least write this down to check this out later. Or if they are scrolling through a feed, eventually you want them to say, hey, this is interesting. And then they will stop scrolling through all of that BS stuff and focus on your ad. Or if they are checking out content on a website and they see like a native ad there, and it has to be something that's going to hook them and that's going to be curious and interesting and engaging enough to make them stop reading the content they were reading and go check your ad and whatever you've got there. So that's the first thing. You need to find something that's going to help you grab attention. How you do that? Well, you have to learn more about your avatar, and you have to see what's going on in social media. See what's trending on X, or what is trending on other social media platforms like Instagram, for example, or YouTube, and see what people are talking about in your specific niche. See what they are engaging with, and then just use that in your favor. Or if something is going on now, if there's a celebrity that recently said something that you can use to hook them, that's a possibility. But make sure that you get creative here and find something to grab their attention. Once you have their attention, then you have to generate interest in them. And the way you're going to generate interest in them is by showing that it is for them. So how you do it? So you talk about the problems that the person has and promise a solution. So there are different ways to do this. I'm giving you the easiest and most, let's say the simplest formula that can work. So you show that it's for them. So if the person is feeling low self-esteem and doesn't even have the courage to look in the mirror and see themselves, and they're feeling pretty bad and they are not going to events, they're not hanging out with friends because they don't feel comfortable about their body and the way they look. So you talk about those things. So you say, hey, many people suffer in silence when they don't have a body that makes them comfortable. And they end up not hanging out with people. They end up not going to parties, not going to events, not participating in things. And they start to feel lonely and sad. And that drowns them deeper in that depression. And they end up eating more. And then they gain even more weight. And it's a snowball effect. So when you say that, people will totally relate to it. And if they relate to, assuming that you've gotten your avatar right, so that's important, and you have to make proper research with AI, but also manual research to get it right. And then you understand that, okay, so they will see your ad, your video, your copy, whatever, and they'll think, okay, so this might be for me. And then you're going to have their interest. And then they're going to create the desire, and the desire is pretty much imagination. So you're going to tell them to imagine how it will be when they no longer feel like that, when they start using, and then you can start introducing your solution here, the XYZ method for losing weight fast and without having to struggle with diets and workout routines that are just impossible to follow. And then imagine how it will be when you meet your friends again and they look at you and say, wow, what's happened? Like, what is it? Like, how have you lost so much weight in such a short period of time? How is it possible? And they will start asking you for your secret and you're going to be the celebrity there. So make people imagine these things and feel how life will be, because when they feel how life will be, when they have those things, they will not want to return to the old life without those things. And then when they have like maximum desire for what you're offering them, then you create urgency to close them. Urgency can be created in many different ways. So you can, like, sometimes you can have a deadline, sometimes you can offer a limited bonus, sometimes if it's possible you can offer a limited supply of whatever it is that you're selling. You have to find something that will get them out of their comfort zone, because even when people know something is going to be beneficial for them and they know they want that thing, they still may end up procrastinating. Like, remember, never forget in your campaigns that you're dealing with human people. So humans procrastinate. So you have to get them out of that procrastination zone and get them into the action zone. So you create some urgency for them to act right now. And then that's how you get the conversion. So the reason why this is so important is because here inside Traffic Mavericks, I'll be showing you how to generate quality traffic at affordable rates and with a volume that will allow you to scale your campaigns. But if you don't do these other things here right, you're not going to get conversions, okay? And if you are, like me, an affiliate, then here you can find high converting offers as well, because some of those high converting offers, they will do part of this thing for you. They will already have part of this thing done. So perhaps in some cases, all you're going to have to do is to hook people, because then you send them to a video sales letter that creates interest, creates desire, and gets them to take action. So your task is just to hook people. So if you can create solid ads with strong hooks, then you can immediately benefit from the traffic generation strategies. So my goal with this video is to help you understand how profitable ad campaigns are built. So they are built with traffic and they are built with conversions. And this is the conversion process. Understand your avatar, research, like go to social media, go to YouTube, and not only check the videos there, but see the comments in those videos, what people, like regular people, are saying about that content. So if it's about, like, if your offer is to help middle-aged women lose weight, so go to the YouTube channels that talk about that help that same group of people achieve that same result, and see what they're talking about and what people are saying in the comments. Then go to Instagram, do the same thing. Then go to Pinterest, then go to other social media platforms. Then go to ChatGPT and ask it to help you. Like, go perhaps to a marketplace like ClickBank, get some examples of products, examples of videos. Give ChatGPT all that information and say, hey, help me put together an avatar for this one. Help me understand the who, the problem, the desire, and the solution. And if you can understand those elements, and the way I'm saying here, it may sound like it's something too complicated, but it's not. Most people just don't do this at all. So this is the reason why they get it wrong. But if you have a basic understanding of your avatar, then it's enough for you to know what's going to hook them, what's going to create that interest, what's going to create desire, and finally, what's going to get them to take action. And then you just follow that process. And when you're promoting offers, like affiliate offers, you can see what you have to do and what's already done for you. So in most cases, you have to hook people when it's affiliate marketing, and sometimes you have to introduce them to this second section here. You have to create a small bit of interest with your landing page. And then you send them to a text sales letter, to a video sales letter, or to a webinar, to register for a webinar. That will take care of doing more of this, then creating the desire, and then creating the action. So understanding this, having this understanding of the campaigns, will allow you to build profitable campaigns. Because here's the thing, we don't simply find profitable campaigns. It's not like this, like, oh, I'm going to pick an offer and I'm going to put up like an ad on this platform and let's see if it converts. No, it doesn't. Let me do it again. Now, if you do it just that, you're going to do it like an infinite number of times, and you will never achieve results with low profile traffic sources, with mainstream platforms, with free traffic, because this is not how it works. You need to have all of these elements in place. And when you put all of these elements in place, you start to build your campaigns. And I say it's building because eventually you see that your traffic is doing well and you're hooking people, but they're going to your landing page and they're not clicking through to go to the offer. Why is that? What can you do to improve that? So if you're hooking them, they're clicking the ad but not going to the offer. They're not seeing that as something that is for them. So you're lacking interest in your landing page. So add elements there that can create more interest. And if you test some elements and it doesn't work, then see what are other potential elements that people might relate to that can still be congruent with the offer and that can solve that problem. When you understand this process, then you can properly read your campaigns. And as you read your campaigns, like get the data, and you're not just looking at random numbers, but you're actually looking at numbers that you understand, then you know what you have to do next. What is the next action? What is working and what is not? And this is how you build profitable ad campaigns. So yeah, this is a very important video. Make sure that you keep this whole process in mind. And when you start running campaigns, make sure you have these things in place. It's not too many things. It's just like really enough for you to understand what's going on with your campaigns and how you can make them more profitable. All right. So thank you for watching this one. I hope that it was useful for you, and I'll see you again in the next lesson.